Good morning, good afternoon, good day to everybody, and welcome back to our channel. I haven't made a video in forever, and today is going to be another day in the life of a young entrepreneur. I think last time I made this was probably 9 months or 10 months, no, at least over a year ago now. So, got a lot of updates for you guys. I am no longer in painting. I now run a software company that helps painters run their painting business. So, yeah, that's a new thing. Um, and yeah, so today is gonna be a pretty standard day for me. I'm gonna wake up. I've already woke up. I'm gonna go get ready here in a minute. I'm going to go to the gym. Actually, I'm gonna read the Bible. Then I'm gonna go to the gym, and then we're gonna get our day started. And yeah, I'm gonna bring you guys along with me. If you like these type of videos, please consider like and subscribing. And yeah, I will see you guys here in just a minute. Peace. So my morning routine was done until I woke my beautiful wife up, and she goes, "Will you make me breakfast?" Even though I just made that Jimmy Dean bowl, so now I'm gonna cook us both breakfast. It was getting real hot in that hoodie. I had to go change real quick. Okay, so the morning routine and making breakfast for the wife is done. We are going to go ahead and go to the gym, and then we're going to actually go by a new store in town here called Truth and Grace because I want to get a new Bible in ESV because I like KJV, but ESV is a lot easier to read, so I'm going to have both versions of it. And then after that, we're going to come home and get to work on the software. See y'all in a minute. All right, let's get changed for the gym. I know it's going to look dope on camera. That's got to look good on camera. Psst. She's mean. I'm just kidding. All right, we gotta go. We wasted a lot of time, and it is currently 11:30 already, and we still gotta go to the gym, take the laundry, and still go by the Bible store to get me a new Bible. Hopefully, if we still have time. It's hot. Florida, turn the heat off. Okay, quick update. So we had to go to the laundromat and wash one load of clothes. It actually is probably getting really close to that being done. And right before that, we went to the Bible store. I went ahead and got me a new ESV Bible, as well as some new highlighters and a new necklace that I'm going to put on here in a little bit. And then now we are about to go to the gym. So it's really hot outside. I don't know if y'all can see this sweat building up on my face and my arms and my shirt and my everything already. But it's really hot outside, so by the time I get to the gym, I'll already be sweating. Not gonna film inside the gym because we live in a little small town, and some people might find that weird. I might start doing that in the future, but I'm gonna get more comfortable with filming first. But I am gonna film us getting in and out of the car. Okay, we are done at the gym, and in case you can't tell, I am now swimming in a pool of my own sweat. And my wife feels the same way, and she says she don't want to be on camera after the gym, so I don't blame her. It's really hot. The heat index today here in Port St. Joe is like 112. It's actually insanity. And so now I'm going to take her home because she has to get ready for work at 1:30. And then I got to take her to work, go pick the laundry up. And yeah, I'll see you guys in a minute. All right, laundry is picked up. Now let's run home so the wife can get ready for work and we can start working on the software. It is currently 1:17 in the afternoon, and we are pretty much like 60% of the way done with our day. So I believe we're like right on track with the schedule that I lined for today. I had to throw a little bit of a curveball in. Normally I'm working out by myself, and normally I try to go earlier, but the wife was going with me today, and we also wanted to go by that Bible store to buy me a new Bible and a couple highlighters and things like that. So we're actually having a little bit later start slash pace for today. But that's okay, because when you're an entrepreneur and you literally work for yourself, it doesn't matter whether you get the work done at 2 a.m. or 2 p.m. or literally it doesn't matter. As long as you get the work done in a time, and unless you have something that has to be done at a specific time, I'm not saying have a meeting at 2 p.m. and show up at 2 a.m. That ain't gonna work. But what I am saying is, if you have work that can be done at any time, stop stressing out over whether you get it done at the specific time that you want to get it done. Just get it done. It's funny because a lot of people say that like they have planned out their entire life, but the Bible says you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. So why are you stressing out about your plan not going accordingly? Adjust your plan and keep working. God's going to bless your work as long as you're trying. So just get off your butt and go try. All right, so we got home, we got in the shower, and wife is now getting ready for work. And before we leave here in the next 10 minutes, I want to show you guys what I got from the Bible store. And then we got to run her to work, come back, and we'll start on the software work. Let's see, let's clip this. You need to stay right there. All right, good enough. So the reason I went to the Bible store was because I read out of a KJV Bible right now. And I don't know if you guys, like, I'm sure a lot of you have read out of a KJV Bible. It's just the old language. Sometimes I like reading it to get the context of it, right? And to really see if certain words mean what they actually mean. But my wife, a few months ago, probably about a year ago now, bought an ESV Bible, and I like reading along with her. So I bought myself a new ESV Bible. And I got this because I thought it matched pretty well and it looks really cool. Plus, I really like the leather bound Bibles, the soft cover level leather bound. I just think they're nicer to me. But also, got the fine line. It's got the red print in the back for where Jesus is talking. It's a beautiful Bible. I love it. Anywho, yeah. So I got this. Let's see here. I've had one of these pens before. These things don't bleed through Bible paper. And honestly, if you know anything about highlighting in Bibles, if you use regular highlighters, you might as well highlight whatever's on the next page as well. So I got that. I got these highlighters. These are gel highlighters as well, so they won't bleed through. I've had gel highlighters before when reading the Bible. Amazing. So I got more of those. And last but not least, I lost my chain the other day that I wore for years and years and years. And I decided, why not upgrade, but why not go ahead and get something simple? Because I don't really spend a whole lot of money on chains. I think my last chain I spent like $130 on from GLD, which is a decent amount of money, but it lasted me honestly like 5 years, but I just don't have the money at the moment to buy a newer, nicer chain or even spend $150 on a chain right now. So I spent $18. And the only people who are going to know are the people that are watching this and the people that ask, because I don't really care. It's more of to represent that I belong to Jesus Christ, not that I have money. So, anywho, let's put it on real quick, see how she looks. The chain might be a little long for what I like, but that's okay. It's honestly not that bad. It is a little long. I like shorter chains, but we're going to wear it for now because it is what we have. And we will upgrade either when this one breaks, tarnishes, or we actually get a little bit of money to upgrade. So, that is everything we got from the Bible store. If you guys like stuff like that, you can go check out Truth and Grace in Port St. Joe, Florida, if you're ever in town. And if not, I actually will probably be building them a website very soon. So, yeah, I will show you guys. If the website's done by the time I upload this video, I'll drop it in the link in the description. If not, then you probably won't see it. Anywho, let me eat this lunch that I made real quick, and then I'm going to take the wife to work, and I will see you guys here in a little bit to start on the software work. All right, we just dropped the wife off at work. She is a bartender slash bar manager at the job she does, and she does phenomenal at it and makes a ton of money, and is the reason that I'm able to even do what I do right now, which record these videos and make software and upload stuff to YouTube and try to build a future for me and her to where she will never have to work again when I start making enough money. And yeah, one day we gonna be there. One day we gonna be there. It's gonna happen, and I'm so grateful for her, y'all. I know she's gonna see this, or she might not watch it either way. But y'all, I'm so grateful for my wife. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be able to chase my dreams. I wouldn't be able to even do this. And I know that a lot of people may not have someone in their life that supports them that way. And I trust me, I know how lucky I am. I know how lucky I am. I love that woman more than she could ever imagine. And I can't wait. I can't wait for the day that I can call her and tell her, maybe put you 2 weeks in. It we're good. We're good. And honestly, guys, thank you for watching these videos. If you're watching this video and you're hearing this right now, you're part of the reason. You're part of the reason that one day she will no longer have to work. You're part of the reason that one day I get that you're part of the reason I'm getting to live out my dreams right now. So thank you. And if you're not subscribed, consider it. Please consider it because it helps. It goes a long way. And please like the video and share it with somebody. Even if you don't share it, just press the copy link button for me, man. Because it hits the algorithm. It makes it push it out to more people. And it helps me make more videos like this in the future. And so that I don't have to get a 9 to 5. And I can show you guys how to live a day in the life of an entrepreneur. So yeah, with that being said, let's get home. Let's start working on the software, and then after that, we're actually going to go DoorDash and make some money. Because even with all the money my wife brings in, I still have to bring some kind of income. I can't have the business run on only her income until it can, fuel itself. I have to make income as well. So until then, I try and make $100 on DoorDash every day. That equals out to roughly about $3,000 a month if I'm able to do $100 a day, and I can bring in a decent amount. A lot of days I'm not able to do it, but on the days that I can, I try to get after it. So I got home from dropping the wife off, and I realized that I hadn't read the Bible yet today because we went to the Bible store earlier. And so that's what we're going to do first. We're going to go ahead. That's what we're going to do first. We're going to go ahead and read the Bible. Typically, how I do my Bible studies every day is I'll read a chapter of Proverbs based on the day that it is. So today's the 28th of July, so I'm reading Proverbs 28 today. And I got this method from Bryce Crawford. So shout out Bryce Crawford. He's the one who started the whole idea of reading a proverb a day, at least that I've seen from the first. So I got the idea from him, and now I'm following him in that. So I'm reading Proverbs chapter 28, and then I'm actually trying to read the Bible front to back as well. So we're going to be reading Exodus after this, but I'm probably just going to do the whole film thing for Proverbs 28. So if you guys want to read with me, go and get your Bible, pause it right here, or pause it when it's doing the time lapse, and we're going to read Proverbs 28. And then I'm going to pick a verse out of this that I think hits best for the day and applies best to my scenario for today. And then I'm going to share that with you. So you don't have to read your Bible. If you don't have a Bible, just fast forward through the time lapse or watch it. And yeah, I will see you guys at the end of this reading the chapter, and we'll see what verse we pick. Okay, so I am done reading Proverbs 28. And the verse that I think stood out the most to me in this one just today, and it's going to be a different verse every time I read this. Not ever going to be the same. Not ever, but I'm going to try to do a different verse every time. But the one that stood out to me today is Proverbs 28, verse 20. A faithful man will abound with blessings, but whoever hastens to be rich will not go unpunished. So, people who rob, steal, try to collect life insurance checks. And even just to say, like, if you start a business and you try to get rich fast, just get rich quick without laying the foundation, I mean, you're going to run into calamity as well, which is exactly what happened to me. I just thought that if I thought I had laid the foundation, I thought because I had worked for a paint store and sold paint for over 5 years that I could walk into the painting industry and run a painting business just fine. And that simply was not the case. I didn't take the time to lay the foundation, and that's what got me, which is why I now have TradeVisionAI, which was the foundation that I built over time for the painting business, which is the software that helped me run it. And honestly, if I had built this software earlier on, I may have been still in a painting company. Anyway, let's get back to the verse we're talking about. I'm sorry. Discipline. If I could sum this verse up into one word, it's discipline and consistency. Anything done for a long period of time, you will reach some form of success. But if you have rushed to get to your money, it's never going to work out. There's so many places in the Bible where it says to collect your wealth slowly. And it never tells you not to be rich. Okay? The verse that a lot of people will refer to is it is easier for a it is easier to fit a camel through the eye of a needle than a rich man to get into heaven. I believe that's in Matthew. But what people don't read is the verse right after that. With man, this is impossible. But with God, all things are possible. So the Bible is not trying to tell you not to get rich. It's just or not to be wealthy. It's telling you that gain your wealth slowly, build it over time. Now, that's not to say that you're not going to record YouTube videos for 3 years and then all of a sudden you post one video and it gets 20 million views and now you're wealthy overnight, roughly overnight. But people don't take into account the 3 years that it took you of recording to get to that point. People won't take into account the 2.5 years I spent building my software before I ever decided to launch the company. We still work on it every single day. I have a meeting with a huge developer who's amazing at what he does to help me iron out the wrinkles every single week. I have issues I've got to work on it today. But no one sees that work. Everyone thinks that it's just all sunshine and roses and you're supposed to just create a business and all of a sudden God's supposed to just bless your business because you're a Christian. I'm sorry, that's not how it works. You still have to work hard and put the time in. And I think that's like another problem that I had with my previous business when I actually ran a painting business was that I thought that sit and be still and wait on the Lord meant literally do nothing and wait on the Lord to take care of it. And that's not true. Pastor Philip Anthony Mitchell said the other day in one of his sermons that when you think about a waiter at a restaurant, waiters don't just stand around when they're not with you. They're checking on other people. They're preparing things for you. They're asking questions about what you want. They're not going to bring you a cheeseburger if you didn't order it, right? If you sit down at a restaurant and you don't even like cheeseburger and someone comes and drops a cheeseburger in front of you, are you going to be very happy? No, you didn't order that. You didn't tell them to go get you that. Same thing with God. If God doesn't tell you to take the next step, but don't sit around and do nothing, right? Keep doing the step you're on. Figure out what's working and what's not. Try to move the needle forward, but don't get ahead of God, right? I think that's the main thing is like pray, ask questions. God, is it time for me to launch the software? God, is it time for me to go do this marketing campaign? God, is it time for me to put money into this? This is one thing I still struggle with to this day is getting ahead of him, right? And I'm rambling at this point, so I'm going to leave it here. Ask God first, okay? And I'm talking to you, the man that's recording this as well. Ask God first. Stop getting out ahead of him. Okay, save you and us some time. Now, for everybody else at home watching this video and not talking directly to me, I'm going to go ahead and go read my chapter of Exodus real quick, and then we're going to get into doing the software work, and then we're going to go and I don't know, I'll have to check the calendar and see what's after that. So next time you saw me, I told you the next time you saw me, I was going to be working on the software. I'm sorry about that. I lied. Not really. I'm adding something to this. Okay, listen. So I'm reading in Exodus, and I'm in Exodus chapter 23. And it says, this is so funny. Remember how I was just talking 2 seconds ago about in Proverbs 28, how it was talking about gain little by little, or you will come to calamity. You'll come to poverty. Listen to this. This is after the Lord has led them out of Egypt. They are trying to go to the promised land, right? He is sending an angel before them to go protect them along the way. But he says that he will not give the land all to them at once. Listen to these two verses right here. I will not drive them out from before you in 1 year, lest the land become desolate and the wild beasts multiply against you. Little by little, I will drive them out from before you until you have increased and possesses the land. So even God is saying, listen, I have a plan. I can't give it. I'm gonna give you everything that I have promised you. I've got it. It's gonna come. I promise you that. I told you it's coming. It's coming. But it's gonna be on my time. It's gonna be on God's time because it says right here, if he would have given them all the land at once, they would not have been able to occupy it and work the land all at once. He had to give it to them little by little so the beast wouldn't multiply. so that the fields wouldn't overgrow, so that everything wouldn't become desolate. Now, if God would have told you, hey, I'm going to give you $1,000,000, but I'm not going to give it to you right now, you'd be mad. You wouldn't know why. You'd be like, Lord, I need the money. I don't want to work no more. But you got to understand, if he'd gave you that $1,000,000 up front, you might have blew it all. You might have spent it on the wrong thing. The right opportunity to invest might not have opened up yet. Who knows, right? Who knows what the reason is? But God has a plan. And I just thought it was so funny and so ironic that, well, it's not ironic. It's literally God's timing. There's no consequences. And this just goes to show that how I'm reading hundreds of pages apart in the Bible, and the message that I'm getting intertwines. And God is telling me something, because the past few days I've been tripping like, man, I'm running ads, I'm doing videos, I'm not gaining any traction, I'm getting views, right? You guys are watching, but I'm not getting anybody to sign up for the software. And then God told me, be still, wait on me. I've promised you it's going to work out. Just wait. And then the 2 Bible chapters that I read today are talking about waiting and talking about gaining little by little. It's awesome. It's awesome. Okay. Next time you guys see me, I should be working on the software. Software time! All right, so I kept having to use my phone, so that time lapse is going to be very choppy here and there. You might see the time jump 2 or 3 times throughout that. But we finished that. We had a couple payment link problems pop up to where we had to go in and actually update where the software was telling the payment links to send the subscription information to. It basically was working to where people could go on there and pay the subscription, but when they went back to the page, it wasn't communicating with the page correctly to tell them that they are now a subscribed user. So I had to go in and fix that. And then there was an addition. I had to do the exact same thing with the additional team member slots. So we got that fixed. All that's taken care of. That took me about 99 minutes, so an hour and 39 minutes to get that task done. Now I am actually working on record TradeVisionAI content right now. That is about to be done. After this, I got to work on a few things. I'm tying up some loose ends when it comes to the painting business, trying to exit the painting business cleanly. So I got to work on that. In case you guys didn't know, before the software company, I ran a painting company. So I've decided to fully exit that. I am trying to get out of a couple contracts and do a couple things very cleanly, and try to wrap that up. After that, I do need to finish out sending out the email. I should have sent that out earlier. Now that it's 6:23 p.m., I've noticed that when you send emails after work hours, they typically don't get as good of an open rate. Anything over a 10% open rate on your emails is great. And if you get people clicking on that, that's great. Even that too. So yeah, again, got to send out my email. It's a little late. It's fine, but I would rather send the email and people have it in their their inbox every single day, even if I send it late. I'd rather send it and not send it. You know what I mean? So I'm going to send that out. And then after that, we're probably going to focus on a little bit of marketing auditing. So going through our pages, making sure the AI is putting out the captions and the pictures the way I want it to. Yes, I use AI for almost all of my posts. If you see a post that came from me, it probably has some type of AI marketing information in it. But you guys also have to understand that I've spent 4 years building the marketing AI that I use. So it does exactly what I want it to. And I update it every single week with what the top 10 companies in this field, there we go, top 10 companies in this field of software as a service are doing. So it's consistently updating and doing that. If you guys want more information on that, drop a comment down below. I'd be happy to make a video on what I use and how I do it. I'm not afraid to share my secret sauce, okay? All right, and then after that, we get to go into the fun stuff, doing a little bit of budget work. I still haven't had time to go DoorDash today, so I need to find time to do that. If you guys could flip this camera around, which I'm not going to do, there's a ton of dishes right here I need to knock out. I still have to do a journaling for today, daily app maintenance. Don't really have to do that. I got to take Prince, that pretty doggo right over there, to the park. He's got to go play today. so he can get his exercise in. I have to straighten up the house before the wife gets off, and that is about it for my day. So yeah, that's pretty much what I have left to do today. I don't think I'm gonna pause and have one of these monologues in between while I'm doing this stuff. I probably will turn on time lapse so you guys can see everything in its entirety and me knocking it out. I'm probably gonna have a blur over the screen at some points or the entire time because there is sensitive information on the back end of some of these things like customer payment information, etc., that I can't reveal to you guys, obviously. So yeah, I'm probably just gonna go through, throw a time lapse up on here. I will see you guys after I'm completely done with all of that, and I will close this video out. Phew. Okay. Business stuff is done. Everything except for finishing recording AI, TradeVisionAI content and editing this video and uploading it. You guys will be seeing this tomorrow because this is going to be a very long video at this point. I think it's been a very long day so far, but the video might end up being shorter. Anywho, we still have to do our daily budget work. We were supposed to go DoorDash and make some money today, but I've been so busy and so caught up doing this stuff that I haven't even had time to go yet. So I don't think I'm going to get to that, but we're going to leave it on the list for now in case we find time. Still haven't had time to write anything or journal anything, which, again, may or may not get to. Might be something I just stop and do at like 11:55, 11:59 p.m. before the day rolls over just to get it over with. I've got to do all these dishes. I have to do all these. These dishes are going to drive me nuts if I don't get them done. And my wife. I got to take that pretty poopy man, Mr. Christopher, to the park. I've got to straighten up the house before the wife gets off and do some extracurricular activity for her as well. So, you know what? I am going to bring you guys with me. I'm going to show you this. This is a day in the life, not just a day in the work day. So, this is a day in the life. I'm going to bring you guys with me. Let's take the prince to the park first. So I don't know how good my audio quality or camera quality is going to be because I'm outside at nighttime right now and I don't have my microphone plugged in, but I just wanted to take this time to really appreciate and thank God for the opportunities that I get like this. I mean, it might be 8:30 at night, and yes, I've been doing stuff all day, but I still have time to come out here and enjoy the simple things like spending time with my boy and playing frisbee, etc. Like, it's so nice. And one message I want to leave with people is no matter whether you work a job, whether you're an entrepreneur, whatever, enjoy the simple things in life, because at the end of the day, the experience that you can have spending $0 will be the same, not the same always, as spending thousands and thousands of dollars. You can get the same fulfillment from both, and all the type of experiences in between. And I'm rambling by trying to make this point just to say, enjoy the moment you're in. Find peace and find fulfillment in the moment you're in. And just work hard every single day. And I'm going to stop rambling. Let's get home. Let's clean the house up and everything and get ready for the wife to come. All right, we are back home now. So I have a mountain of dishes behind me that need to be done. And I'm going to knock those out before the wife gets home because that's probably smart on my part. Yeah, so don't judge me. It's been a couple days since we did dishes. Me and the wife split responsibility when it comes to doing chores around the house, and we've been doing a lot of cooking the past few days, and we cook a lot in general. But we had family come over, and the kids come over. Not the kids, but the nieces and nephews come over and stuff, and we had to cook for them. So there's a lot of dishes behind me. That's why I'm hiding them, but they're spilling over my shoulder. So I'm going to put you guys on a time lapse, so the dishes are going to just be done in 2 seconds. But no judgment, please. No judgment. I don't want to hear it. All right, guys. So the dishes are done, except for the few that are stacked up right there. I couldn't fit them in a dishwasher, but I still have other things to do. I had to clean the rest of the house up before the wife gets here, or at least straighten up, pick up the shoes here and there, whatever else that we've had just going on throughout the day. Um, and yeah, and then I have to find us something to eat for dinner, cook it, sit down and eat with her when she gets home. She's still not going to be home for another hour, even though it's 10:10 p.m. right now. She just cashed out her last. Like my seventh time literally trying to record the outro, because the first time the microphone died on me, I didn't know that was like literally like an extra 5 minutes on the video that I had. I'm done, guys. I'm tired. The wife's gonna be home soon. We're going to lock in. I have one thing to say before you guys get up out of here, okay? To all the people that want to be entrepreneurs, to all the people that want to start a business, to all the people that want to get on your grind and try to be successful at what you do, understand, this is one of the greatest things Alex Ramosi I've ever heard him say. Understand that all the people that are doing it, who wake up early, who work all day long, who are trying to build a better life for themselves, they don't care about how hard it is, because they love it. They love doing it. It is, for a lack of a better term, it is an obsession. All they think about is doing this thing. Okay? I am all in on this. All I think about all day are three things: God, my wife, and this business, and building this brand. That's all I want to do. That's it. And I love it. I would rather work myself from the time I wake up to the time I go to bed and be exhausted by the time I go to bed and know that I have given everything I've got for that day than sit around and do nothing and have all the energy in the world by the time I go to bed and have accomplished nothing. I sleep better knowing I've given my all. And I say all that to say, guys, I will see y'all in the next video. If you got to this point, let's put a purple heart down below. And yeah, I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.